सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं रे 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 सर्वं ब्रह्ममयम् सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं सर्वं ब्रह्म
Good morning, Namaskaram. The audio is clear? Okay, very good, very good. Okay, we will start. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Om Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Parambaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwarah Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Vasudeva Sudandevam Kamsa Chanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Om Parthaya Pradibodhidam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshiniim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayiniim Ambattvamanusandathami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshiniim Namostu te Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Phullaravindayata Patranetra Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajwalito Jnanamaya Pradipah Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetrekaparnaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gita-mrtaduhe Namaha Sarvopanishado Dogdha Gopalanandanaha Partho Vatsasudhir Bhokta Dugdham Gita-mritam Mahad Vasudeva Sudandevam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Bhishmadronadada Jayadratha Jala Gandhara Nilopala Shalyagrahavathi Kripena Vahani Karnena Velakula Ashwathama Vikarna Ghora Makara Duryodhana Vartini Sotirna Khalu Pandavai Rananadi Kaivartaka Kesavaha Parasarya Vachas Saroja Mamalam Gitartha Gandhotkadam Nanakhyanaka Kesaram Harikadha Sambodhana Bodhitam Loke Sajjana Shatpadairaharaha Manam Muda Bhuyat Bharata Pankajam Kalimala Pradhvam Sinasreyase Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutastunvanti Divyaistavaihi Vedais Sangapadakramopanishader Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavastita Sadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyam Dam Na Vidussura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Good morning. and namaskaram to all. So we have been discussing Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We are in the fifth chapter. We completed up to the third verse. Yassa nitya sannyasi yo na dveshti na kankshati nirdvandvo hi mahabaho sugham bandhat pramuchyate. Hey Arjuna, one who does not hate anything and also who does not desire anything, na kankshati, na dveshti, and then nirdvandaha. There is no other. Okay, there is no other. He does not see other than Atma anywhere, right? So he who sees Atma Sarvatra Bhagavan, one does not hate anything, one who does not desire anything, and he is one nirdvandaha, he mahabaho, he is nitya sannyasi. He has renounced everything internally. Okay, internally he has renounced everything. He is the nitya sannyasi, and for him he is ever free. He is ever free from the bondage of karma. This is what Bhagavan said in the third verse. So we'll continue. Bhagavan says, Sankhya-yogo prithak balaha pravadanti na panditaha yekamapyasthitas samyak ubhayor vindate phalam. Sankhya-yogo prithak balaha pravadanti na panditaha yekamapyasthitas samyak ubhayor vindate phalam. Sankhyam. Okay, Sankhyam. What is Sankhyam? It is the path of knowledge, Jnana Margam, right? That is path of knowledge, and Yogam, Karma Yogam, the practice of bringing the mind to equanimity, samatvam. That is yoga. That is yogam. Sankhya as well as yogam. That is sankhya margam or jnana margam or karma yogam. Right? Karma yogam or jnana yogam. Then only ignorant kids, balaha. Right? Balaha. Only kids, they only balaha, they say they are different. They are different. That is, jnana margam is different, bhakti, sorry, karma yogam, that margam is different, etc. Only balaha in the sense those who are in the path, they who have started in the path of spirituality, who has started listening to Vedanta or Bhagavad Gita, etc. Only for the beginners, they think that Jnana Margam is different, and Karma Margam or Karma Yogam is different, Jnana Yogam is different. Sankhya Yogo Prithak Balaha Pravadanti Na Panditaha. Panditaha Na Pravadanti. Panditaha, who is a wise person, that a wise person, right? Wise person, that is a jnani, or who has realized, he does not see any difference between the jnana margam or the karma yoga margam. Ekamapyasthita samyak. Okay, samyak ubhayor vindate phalam. If anyone practices any one of these two, either someone who is in the path of jnana or who is someone in the path of karma yoga, if uh, anyone practices this, the result of that, both ubhayor vindade phalam, the phalam or the result of these two margams is same. There is absolutely no difference between that state or the Jnana phalam is same, or the ultimate turiyam, right? The state that is same for both the jnana margam as well as the karma margam, karma yogam. See, what is the difference between this Sankhya and this yoga? See, there are a few, they don't have much desires, okay, or karma vasanas to have a family life, or to earn a lot of money, or they don't have to get some name and fame in the society. They have no desire for some power, etc., right? All these, no, they are not interested in making money, or they are not interested in having a big house, or to do all that. I have to go to the foreign country, I have to go to America and become someone big in the society, etc. Those people, right, their karma vasana is bare minimum or almost nil. So their only goal is liberation, or know Bhagavan, or know this who, what is Atma, what is Jagat, what is Ishvara, like that. So this is the only self-realization is the only goal for such people. They straight away at a very young age, they enter into the path of knowing self. Okay, so that is Sankhya Margam or Jnana Margam or Jnana Yogam. Whereas most of us, we have some desires to be fulfilled, and we have to earn money or name and fame, etc. A lot of karma vasana is there, and those who have karma vasanas, right? Then during when they are in karma, then they attain a certain kind of equanimity. Okay, sadhana chatushtayam, even if the sadhana chatushtaya sampatti is not 100%, certain percentage or certain extent, those who have this sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, okay, that is, they have some idea about nitya vivegam, and they have some equanimity of the mind, little bit of they have. Then what happens is they find time, they get some time to learn and understand Vedanta. Okay, so once they have some certain kind of, from the teachings are from the life itself. Okay, through the life itself, some kind of sadhana chatushtaya sampatti is obtained. So these people who are in the path of karma, they start practicing karma yoga. Okay, so please understand this very carefully. Those who have certain karma vasanas in us, due because of which we start when we are in this life, okay, at some point we obtain little bit of sadhana, some sadhana chatushtayam, nitya vivegam, dispassion, shama damadi shatka sampatti, and mumukshutvam, right? So this, some little bit we have, or certain percentage we have, or some pakvada is there, some maturity is there, the mind has got some maturity. Then when we start listening to Vedanta, then this karma becomes, starts karma yogam, right? So this same, the action becomes an offering to God, or these actions become a service to the society or the people around us. When this becomes a service, then slowly this individual starts gaining more and more equanimity of the mind. At the same time, the jnanam that is got, or the intellectual clarity, intellectual understanding of this tattvam, by listening, Sravana, Manana, Nididhyasanam of the teachings of Vedanta or Bhagavad Gita or Upanishad, etc. When this, with the jnanam, with this knowledge, this individual starts practicing karma as karma yogam, never not getting attached to the result of the actions, right? Let it be favorable or unfavorable, teaching the mind to be in a state of equanimity, right? Controlling the sense organs, etc., through jnanam, through the Vedantic knowledge, because the objects of the world are not real. They are temporary, they have temporary existence only. So teachings of Vedanta with the intellectual understanding, a person who is in the path of action or who is in karma, the same karma becomes karma yogam, through which the same state, Brahma Prapti or Brahmanishta or Sthita Prajnatvam, is obtained by a karma yogi also. So the same phalam, same result which is obtained through the jnana margam, the earlier Sankhya which we discussed. So suppose then there is a question arises, So in that case, so these the people who are at a very young age, they don't have any karma vasana in them. They don't have any karma vasana left in them. What happened then? All that is completed in their previous births. Please understand that those who have got absolutely no interest in the worldly objects or the money or the property, etc., they have already completed those desires in their previous janmas. So that is the reason why in this, at a very early age, they take to sannyasa. So the Sankhya Yogam or the Sankhya Jnana Margam is complete renunciation of worldly objects, and they live only, their purpose in life is God realization, and they don't have anything of their own. They don't have any property, they don't have any money, they don't have anything as their own. They renounce everything including their family, etc., and they become a sannyasi, they become a monk, or they get their food by begging, or they get food by the sannyasi's food is given by grihasthas. It is the duty of the grihasthas to give food to the sannyasis. Okay, so that margam is jnana margam, whereas the karma margam is all of us who had karma vasanas in us, and the karma becomes karma yoga with the knowledge. With the knowledge means with the Vedantic knowledge, right? So with the Vedantic knowledge, a person who continues to perform his actions as an offering or service to God, that person also reaches the same Brahmanishta, the same Siddhaprajnatvam, and those monks or the sannyasis also reach the same. Okay, so both of them reach the same state. There is absolutely no gradation between a karma yogi becoming in that turiya state or a jnana yogi becomes a turiya state. There is absolutely no difference. That is what Bhagavan want to emphasize this. That is what he said. Yegamapyasthita samyak ubhayor vindade phalam. Both these paths, the ultimate goal or ultimate state is same. So it is 100% possible to reach that state when we are in the path of karma yoga, grihasthas, right? So it is not necessary, it is not at all necessary to take a Bahya sannyasam. You don't have to renounce everything and then become a monk. Then only realization is possible. That is a wrong way of understanding. It is 100% guaranteed to be in a state of Sthitapratyatvam in this life itself when we are at the center of action. So generally what happens, we suppose somebody, we meet someone and then we ask, are you interested to go to see Niagara waterfalls? There is a place here, you have to go to Niagara waterfalls, you can go to US and all that. Oh, no, I am not interested to see Niagara waterfalls. I am happy to see the little bit whatever waterfall nearby, or I am not at all interested to go to America. I don't have that desire. So don't you see, there is a chance, there is an opportunity, you can go and all that. We say, no, I am not interested. So we say, oh, this is a dumb fellow. He is not interested even after having a lot of money and a lot of facilities. Still, he is not interested. He is a dumb. We say he is dumb. It is not so. He has seen all that in his previous janmas. He has already gone through all that. That is the reason why he is not interested into this and that and etc. The desires have already been flushed out of the system in that person. So, but we generally what we think, hey, see, now what is your age? I am 28 and all that. What job you are in? I am in this job. And how much you are getting? I am getting. Okay, so now is the time to get married. No, I am not any interested in getting married. What will he say? This is crazy. This is little bit, one nut is loose, we say. Because he is an eligible bachelor, he should get married. He doesn't know he's not getting married and all that. That person does not have any interest to get married. He does not have any desire to have marriage and having children and his family life. That person is not interested because he has already done all that. He has finished all that. So leave that person alone. So never look down on these people, never enforce. If that person is not interested to go to America, a person not interested to get married, etc., a person not interested to have more power, etc., right? Even when he has the capacity, but he is not interested, does not mean he is lazy or he is dumb, etc. We should understand that he has already crossed all that in his previous janmas. Right? So the point is, yat sangai prapyate sthanam tad yogairati. Oh, sorry, the previous verse, the fourth verse. Sankhya yogo pruthak balaha prabadandina pandidaha yegamapyasthita samyag ubhayor bindade phalam. Ubhayor bindade phalam. Both have they get the same equanimity of the mind, same peace of mind, shanti will be there. Turiyam, that state, Brahma Sthita Prajnatvam will be there. No Nirdvandva, already Bhagavan explained in earlier one. See, there are so many examples in this, right? So Dattatreya, then Shukacharya, Veda Vyasa, Shankaracharya, right? All of them. And if you take those who are in the field of action, Janaka, King Janaka, perfect example. Then Khatwangan in Bhagavatam, if you take Khatwangan, who is in the field of why? Our Krishna, our own Krishna, at the center of action, right? He is Yogeshwaraha, Krishna. He is in that state all the time, throughout. He is at the center of action. There is not a single moment he was in inaction. Is it not? Think about that. And if in our times, if you take Kanchi Periva, we say Kanchi Paramacharya, who was Chandrasekhara Saraswati Swamigal. And at the same time, Ramana Maharshi was there, right? So when in an appearance, they both of them look totally in two different directions, right? totally different. But actually speaking, no. Actually speaking, no. There is no difference between Ramana Maharshi or Kanchi Mahaprabhu. One is totally at the center of action, who was doing all the rituals and things like that, who have been in the sadhana, etc. Right? Who was at the center of action. He was one in the ashram, Kanchi Matam, etc. It's not so easy. So it has got nothing to do when you, even if you are in the field of action. So if someone is have got a lot of say beard, and then having a very light clothes, right, very simple clothes, and then staying, I mean, say a very secluded place, etc., we generally consider that that person is a jnani. Whereas someone who has got a tie and wearing coat suit and wearing shoes, etc., we will think that it is not necessarily be so. One who is at the center of action can be at Sthita Prajnaha. He can be a Brahmanishtan. It is not necessary that someone has to be away from the center of action, away from the field of action. A Karma Yogi is quiet, he is capable, and he can be a Brahmajnani. That is what Bhagavan says. What is it? Bhagavan says, Ubhayor bindade phalam. The same phalam. Samyak ubhayor bindade phalam. So this is very important. Samyagasthitaha ubhayoho phalam vindade. Same. Whether you are whether you are in the path of karma, or whether you are karma yoga, or whether you are in the path of jnana yoga, both will attain the same phalam. Okay. Bhagavan continues. 5. Again, see, 5th verse, you read, Yat sanghai prapyate sthanam tadyogairapi gamyate ekam sankhyam cha yogam cha yah pashyati sapashyati. Beautiful. Yat sanghai prapyate sthanam tadyogairapi gamyate ekam sankhyam cha yogam cha yah pashyati sapashyati. Bhagavan again guarantees, right, emphasizes the say that this with this verse, the whatever Bhagavan said in the 4th verse, he says again, Sankhyahi. Sankhyahi means one who has given importance to the continuous study of Vedanta. Okay, and who practices Atma Vicharam, right? Atma Vicharam. Who is in Atma Vicharam all the time. That sthanam prapyate. Whatever sthanam prapyate, tad yogairapi gamyate. Those people who are in the field of karma, those who are doing karma yogam, the same thing, the same sthanam prapyate by the karma yogis also. That means all grihasthas are quite capable of prapyate same sthanam. Ekam sankhyam cha yogam cha. See, Sankhyam cha, Yogam cha, Ekam. That is why there is no difference between this path and that path. Ekam Sankhyam cha, Yogam cha, Yah pashyati. One who can see this, sapashyati. He has realized the truth. Yah pashyati, sapashyati. Who can see this, that there is no difference between these two paths, sapashyati. He has realized it. He has realized it. See, this is like suppose you have got a juice concentrate and water, right? You put concentrate in the concentrate one, you pour water, or you keep water in a bottle and then you pour the concentrator. You mix it this way or you mix it this way, you get the same juice. There is no difference. The juice is same. Whether you mix you pour water to the juice concentrate, or you pour the juice concentrate into water after mixing, you get the juice. Same thing. There is absolutely no difference between this and that. Right? There is no difference. Absolutely no. Actually, what is happening is, see, Atmanishtha is Samachittada. See, what is the phalam of this Atma Vicharam is Samachittada. That is equanimity of the mind. And one who has equanimity of the mind is Atmanishtha. Samachittata and Atmanishtha. Equanimity of the mind and this Brahmanishta, Siddhaprajnatvam, no difference. Absolutely no difference. The path of obtaining Samachittada, the path of getting Samachittada through constant Atma Vicharam, continuous and Atma Vicharam is called Jnana Yoga. That is Jnana Yoga. And the path of practicing equanimity of the mind through Karma Yoga leads to Atma Vichara. See, as we discussed earlier, we have certain maturity in our we have got certain percentage of sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, right? And then we listen to Vedanta. Initially, maybe once a week or something like that. We start with some, oh, then we understand this, and again Monday onwards, again we are back into our karma. We are doing our karma, and then again we listen. Then when we listen to the Vedanta or Bhagavad Gita or Upanishad, etc., we we start thinking when we are applying it in our actions, that earlier the karma where we had an attachment towards the result of that actions now started getting slowly fading away. Is it not? Has it not happened in our lives? So when we start practicing the karma without slowly getting detached from the result of it, with the jnanam, with the knowledge that we listen, Sravanam, and then we Sravanam, Mananam, we think about it all the time. We started thinking about it while we are in the action. Slowly we start getting to the point of equanimity of the mind. Slowly the disturbances of the mind comes down, and at one point there is absolutely no disturbance at all, because we are not losing anything, we are not gaining anything. There is nothing to lose, nothing to gain, hence there are no desires at all. What to desire? There is nothing to desire at all, because your true nature is Anandam. That we realize when we listen to the Sravanam, when we listen to the Shruti, and then when we do Mananam, we analyze it, that is Atma Vichara. And while practicing, we do the karma as a service. We see Bhagavan in everything. Everything around us, we see God, we see Atma. So initially, we realize it in our own heart, Hridaya Guha, in our Buddhi Guha, we understand it. And then the same Tattvam we see outside in every one of us. All around us we see, and slowly we start experiencing Atma everywhere. And very slowly we progress, Shanai Uparamet. Slowly we start getting to the point of complete equanimity of the mind, complete shanti, peace of mind. So both the path of Sankhya and Sankhya Yogam or this Karma Yogam, both will lead to the same state. Yat Sankhya prapyate sthanam tad yogairapi gamyate ekam Sankhyam cha yogam cha yah pashyati sapashyati. So that is why earlier also we have discussed this already. I have mentioned all this, that those who are in the path of Jnana Yogam, they become sannyasis at a very young age, right? At a very young age. That means already they have done all their karma vasanas. Most of the heads are flushed out in their previous janmas, etc. Already we have explained all that. The same only. So these verses are actually speaking very easy. Then Bhagavan continues. Suppose somebody takes into sannyasam without getting rid of the karma vasanas. Okay, suppose someone becomes a sannyasi, bahya sannyasi. He takes up into a sannyasa ashram, for example. Before the karma vasanas are flushed out. Before. So there are some desires, but he takes into sannyasa. Then that will lead to dukkham. That will lead to dukkham. What Bhagavan says? Sixth verse. We will move to the sixth verse. Sannyaasastu mahabaho dukkhamaptumayogataha yoga yukto munir brahma na chirenadhigacchati. Sannyaasastu mahabaho dukkhamaptumayogataha yoga yukto munir brahma na chirenadhigacchati. Hey Arjuna, mahabaho, ayogataha. Okay, ayogataha. Who is ayogataha? One whose mind has not attained equanimity. One who does not have some equanimity of the mind will never be able to do any atma vichara. That is ayogata. Means who does not have that yogyata, right? Equanimity of the mind is not there. There is no maturity. The mind is always scattered. The mind is always desirous of this and that. Always the mind is working on either this or that. I am not saying anything. I am not specifying. So the mind is attached to something or other, either the family issues or the office issues or the money issues in the bank or some property or some this and that or health. Yeah, health. So mind is always occupied in any of this and then worried, anxious about this. So that such a mind will not be able to do any atma vichara. Don't be able to do any atma vichara. He is ayogataha. That person is ayogataha. So a person who is ayogataha, sannyasastu. What is sannyasastu? Sannyasa life. That is a monk's life. Sannyasahatu. That a sannyasi's life. Aptum dukkham. Very difficult to practice. Because one who cannot do atma vicharam, how he can become a sannyasi? He cannot, because the lot of karma vasana is there inside. Such a person, suppose you assume that a monk, okay, somebody who has entered into a monastery or become a sannyasa ashrama. He has got some karma vasana for building houses. Okay, the karma vasana of building houses, etc. is there. What he will do? He will think how to make this ashram big, how to construct another 3 floors, or how to make another branch for my ashram. It will increase. How to make more money for the ashram. How to get all this. This will be instead of doing atma vicharam, he will be pursuing all other things. So that individual, see, I'm not saying it's not a good or bad. Okay, here it may be excellent. It is a great service to the society, no doubt about it. But that individually, atma vicharam will not be possible. A very sukshmam it is. Please do not think that I am criticizing something. Okay, I am not at all. I am not at all. This is Atma Vicharam part that individual will lack if he has a karma vasana in that individual. If there is a lot of karma vasana of building or making it big and doing this and that, etc., one who cannot do, he won't be able to do Atma, he or she won't be able to do Atma Vicharam. In that case, this becomes a dukkham for that individual. That is what Bhagavan said. Sanyasastu mahabaho dukkham aptum ayogadaha. Ayogadaha, one who has not flushed out the karma vasanas, one who cannot do atma vicharam, sannyasa is a burden. Sannyasa will cause dukkham for that individual. Ayogadaha, then sanyasastu. And suppose someone does he has, see, this individual has got affinity for say marriage, etc., but he thinks that sannyasa he took up. Now he will have a lot of other issues. We have read in the newspapers, we have read many people who are sannyasis, etc., in sex scandals and so many other things. They were caught and then many things have happened. We don't know which is true, which is false, etc. But the thing is, the point is, the karma vasana, if that is still there, if that person takes into sannyasa, a lot of issues will happen, lot of problems he will face. That adhyatma sadhana will not happen. Atma vicharam will not be possible. He will be an illegal grihastha, or I don't know what is the word. He ends up in doing all these illegal activities, crimes, making money by cheating the government and so many other things, evading tax. Many things will happen against the rules and laws of the society, etc. This individual will end up. Sanyasastu mahabaho dukkhamaptum ayogadaha. Ayogadaha, one who is doesn't have the yogyada to become a sannyasi. If he becomes a sannyasi, it will cause dukkham. Yoga yukto munir brahma. Yoga yuktaha munihi, one who has practiced karma yogam. Yoga yuktaha means one who has practiced karma as karma yogam, right? One who has practiced karma yogam and whose mind is equanimity, is attained samatvam. Samatvam yoga uchyate, right? Yogastah kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. This is the definition of yoga. Samatvam, equanimity of the mind. One who has practiced equanimity of the mind through karma yogam, right? Yoga yuktaha munihi. Yoga yuktaha munihi. Munihi, what is the munihi means? One whose nature is maunam, silence. Silence of the mind. Okay? Maunihi means silence of the mind. The mind is not scattered. The mind is not chattering all the time. The mind is not worried about this and that. That is silence of the mind. It is not silence of the actions or the, no. It is silence of the mind. The mind is quiet. Mind is quiet. Even when the individual is in full of action, his mind is equanimity. His mind is at peace of mind. His mind is at peace. That is munihi. So yoga yukto munir brahma. It's munihi. Then na chirena brahma adhigacchati. Na chirena. Without taking too much time, okay, he attains Brahma Prapti. He reaches the point of Samachittada or Brahmanishtha or Sthita Prajnatvam, or he becomes a Jnani very fast. Soon he will become a Brahma Jnani. Who? Yoga Yuktaha munihi. One who practices karma yogam, practices all his actions as a service to God, an offering to God, without getting attached to the result of all his actions. Let it be anything, whether he is working in an office or whether he is a tailor or a engineer or doctor or IT professional or anyone. Let him do any work. Let him be a Vaidika or a priest in a temple. Let him be anyone. So whatever action he is, or a Kshatriya, or in a war, wherever he is, in whatever karma he is, any part of the world, need not be in India or abroad or Uganda or Switzerland or anywhere. Wherever that person is, whatever be his varna or ashrama or whatever, if he is performing all his actions as an offering to God without getting attached to the result of it, totally surrendering to Bhagavan, totally surrendering to God, that person or that individual, that jiva, okay, yoga yukto munihi na chirena brahma adhigacchati. Soon, very soon, he becomes a brahmajnani. What Bhagavan is talking about to you and me, he's talking about a grihastha who is in a karma yoga. Who is karma yoga? Grihastha. So one who has lot of karma vasana should not take up sannyasa, because one who takes sannyasa when he is ayogataha, he or she is bound to be under the clutches of bandham, karma bandham, and he will suffer, and dukkham aptu. He will face problems. Dukkham will be the result. Whereas a person who has got karma vasana, let with the knowledge, if he practices his karma as a karma yoga, na chirena brahma adhigacchati. Yat sanghye prapyate sthanam tad yogairapi gamyate. Oh, sorry. Sixth word. Sanyasastu mahabaho dukkhamaptumayogataha yoga yukto munir brahma na chirena adhigacchati. Bhagavan confirms that in this life itself, by practice of karma yoga, 100% guaranteed to obtain or to reach that state of Brahma. This is for us. That is why in the third verse somewhere Bhagavan said, no? Second verse. Sannyasa karma yogascha nisreyasagara ubhau tayostu karma sannyasat karma yogo visishyate. Karma yoga for Arjuna, karma yogam is prescribed. That is the medicine. Karma yogam is the medicine for the disease of illusion or this mamata bandham for Arjuna. It is applicable to us also. It is the same prescription we have to take. Same medicine, karma yogam. So Bhagavan emphasizes here karma yogam. The importance of karma yogam is that if there is a karma vasana, first thing is, it is impossible for the karma yogi to become a sannyasa, because that will lead to sorrow, that will lead to unhappiness, and it is easy to reach Brahma Prapti or Brahma Jnanam through practice of equanimity, raga dvesham, flushing out the raga and dvesha, flushing out our attachment towards things, towards the result of our actions. By constant practice, or teach our mind the knowledge, teach our mind the Vedantic knowledge. By constant teaching that Jnanam is ready, and the disturbances of the mind is slowly removed by bringing the problem in front of us, and then what is the cause of the disturbance of my mind, analyze it. This analysis based on Vedantic knowledge will get rid of the raga and dvesha slowly. When the cloud is removed, when the raga dvesha is removed from our mind, if the mind becomes pure, a pure mind without raga dvesham takes the form of Brahma. A mind which is in total equanimity, samachittada, is Atmanishtha. Atmanishtha is no different from samachittada, and this samachittada is only possible through Advaitam, Nirdvandvaha. Clear, it is very clearly Bhagavan said earlier. No, na kankshati, right? Nothing, not dveshti, no hatred towards anyone, no hatred towards anything, na kankshati, no absolute, not desires nothing for myself, because I don't need anything, because my true nature is happiness. I am that existence consciousness, I am that awareness. In my consciousness, I know that I am happy ever. I don't need anything. Nakankshati. Then what, where is there the hatred? What to hate? There is nothing to hate. And there is nothing to desire also, because I don't need anything for myself. Then what do you do with this body? Do service. That also Bhagavan explained. For a jnani, this world is an appearance. It is not real. But that is not the case of an ajnani. So, the ignorant people, for the ignorant people, the world is real. So, there the actions of a jnani becomes useful, or it becomes a service to the people around. That becomes a service, it will be helpful for the people around. That is why karma yogam is shrestha. One point I mentioned earlier, very important. So again, coming back to 6th verse, sanyasastu mahabaho dukkhamaptu mayogadaha yoga yukto munir brahma na chirena adhigacchati. So one who is in the path of karma yoga, soon he attains the Brahma Prapti, soon he realizes his true nature, soon he realizes the Anandam in himself. Yes. So we'll move to 7th verse. Yoga yukto vishuddhatma vijitatma jitendriyaha sarvabhutatma bhutatma kurvannapi na lipyate. Yoga yukto vishuddhatma vijitatma jitendriyaha sarvabhutatma bhutatma kurvannapi na lipyate. Very simple Sanskrit. Yoga yuktaha. Yoga yuktaha means one, again, one who is practicing equanimity of the mind, or a karma yogi. Yoga yuktaha, a karma yogi, and who is practicing all the time equanimity of the mind with the knowledge. What happens to that person? What happens to that individual? Vishuddhatma. His mind becomes pure. Pure means the mind does not have any raga and dvesha. There is no other two words. Attachment and aversion. These are the two main culprits or poison or impurity of the mind. These are the two. These two are being, you can expand these two words, raga dvesha, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsaryam, you can take all that impurities. It is all from this raga and dvesha only. That is why it is briefed as raga and dvesha. All that is expansion only. Kamam, krodham, lobham, moham, madam, matsaryam, right? All that. It is all the product of this raga and dvesha. Because of attachment and aversion only, all others are produced. So a mind which is pure, pure means no having absolute no raga and no dvesha at all. Vishuddhatma, Vijitatma. Vijitatma means one who has completely conquered the mind. Vijitatma. Here Atma, see this Atma, various meanings. Vishuddhatma, here Vishuddhatma means, here Atma means that mind. Okay, that mind of that individual, that Jiva. And Vijitatma, that who has conquered the mind. Jitendriya, one who has mastered over the senses. One who has mastered over the senses means all that which is being touched by the sense organs are not going to give me happiness. That clarity. So the indriyas, whenever it comes in contact with an object, already the mind knows that this is not permanent. Don't have to, the buddhi is not necessary to teach at that time. Already it is taught for over the period of time. This is already taught, and then when they touch, when the indriyas are touching the objects, matra sparsha, when it touches this, already the attachment towards the pleasure that brings in or the pain that brings in is already dropped off. That is Vijitatma. Sorry, that is Jitendriya. Okay? Jitendriya Sarvabhut Atma Bhutatma. Ha. Sarvabhut Atma Bhutatma means myself as well as all the thing around me, all the prapancha ghatagam, all the constituents or all the parts of this universe, everything in the universe, including myself, is nothing but Atma. Sarvabhut Atma Bhutatma. One who realizes that there is nothing other than Atma. There is nothing other than consciousness. Everything is an appearance in consciousness. Because of that, all the appearances are nothing but consciousness itself. A mirage water is nothing but the desert itself is appearing as water, right? So there are no two things. There are no water and desert. The water that appears is the desert itself. The desert is appearing. The rope is appearing as a snake. The same way, the appearances, including my body, including other bodies, everything is an appearance in consciousness. And that consciousness is one. And that is called Atma, Brahman, Bhagavan, Paramatma, etc. So the appearances are all nothing but Atma itself. That is what is meant by Sarva Bhutatma Bhutatma. So here there is no, then there is what is there to do? There is no doership at all. Who is the one who is doing? That ahankara or the reflection of that consciousness is only a reflection in the mind, whereas the mind and the reflection is a mirage water which appears, which does not have any reality in it. When the ahankara is not there, when the reflection is only a reflection which does not have a permanent existence, which is or which depends on the Atma, or Atma is the reason for this reflection in the mind, who is there to do anything? There is absolutely no doership at all. The Ahankara, so because of this realization, releases from the doership. So one who has realized this Sarvabhut Atma Bhutatma, this person kurvan api na lipyate. Even when this body, this individual's physical body is continuing its actions, he is not lipyate, means it's not sticking. Na lipyate. It's not sticking with it. In Tamil, ஈஷிக்கிறது. It won't make it sticky, like jackfruit gum, etc. That jackfruit. When you cut jackfruit or the gum, it will become sticky. It will not be sticky. What? The karma will not be sticky, or it will not produce a karma vasana. Kurvannapi, even when this individual is in full action, even when he is at the field, at the center of the action, nothing binds him. Kurvannapi na lipyate. Who? Sarvabhut Atma Bhutatma. One who sees Atma in everywhere, including himself. First in himself, first he realizes Atma in himself, then he realizes that the same Tattva, the same Atma, the same Bhagavan, the same God is there in everything around him. All the objects of the world is being appearing as it is because of that Brahman. All the appearances are nothing but consciousness. All that first realizes in self, then he realizes the same thing, everything around him. That is oneness, Advaitam. So Sarvabhut Atma Bhutatma Kurvannapi, when this person, when this individual is in full of action, working with his body, all the actions, all his actions, doing service to the society, etc. Then this what kurvan, that this work na lipyate means this work will be very reasonable. It will not be an illegal activity. Kurvannapi na lipyate means naturally the actions that is coming out of a jnani will not cause any harm. It will not cause any disturbance to others. Naturally. Kurvannapi, that such actions only will be produced. Not that this jnani will start doing crimes, etc. Kurvannapi nalipyade. No, not like that. The actions will be naturally, will be loka sangraham only. Even then, it will not, even when he is in full of action, kurvannapi nalipyade. It will not cause any bondage. It won't cause any bondage. It will not produce karma vasana in him when he is performing karma. It will not produce anything. Already it has destroyed all his previous vasanas. It will not produce anything new. Right? So that is the state of ajnani. Kurvannapi na lipyate. With this, we conclude today. Yoga yukto vishuddhatma vijitatma jitendriyaha sarva bhutatma bhutatma kurvannapi na lipyate. Beautiful verse. We will continue from 8th verse next Saturday. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Harihi Om Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu.